I don't know if you guys can see this. But I got a little visitor here. There's a grouse up in the tree, eating the buds off. Hey guys, welcome back. It's another weekend. And actually the next few weekends I've got extended weekends. I took some vacation time since we're closed at work to customers for the most part. So I thought, well, take back some PTO and get some stuff done. So I got 3-day weekends coming up now for the next for this month. So see if we can get a little bit more done. But actually we don't have a sunny sky today, but the pond is fuller than last video, and it's filling up. I mean, this is actually the most we've ever had down here. This is kind of cool to see. I'm hoping to get it to the top. You can kind of see where in the center there, where the rocks end and the dirt starts there. That's kind of where, I mean, I got to put some more rocks and things in there, but I'm gonna bring that in from the road and just get some smaller boulders in there. But that's kind of where I'd like the water to be, ideally. But you know what? It's not going to stay there, but that's okay. But we're going to go down and see if I can get the loader up here. Here, I'll actually take it back up this way and look here. Try not to trip on rocks and stuff. Just watch where I'm walking. You can see we got some ruts from the loader, some ruts up here from the vehicles. You know, this is a low spot. And it's not draining right, so I got to figure out what I need to do differently to drain it. I think I got to take the top down by where the Jeep is and kind of move it this way. And then right in there is wet. But there's a good wind today, so I'm going to work on that a little bit this morning while the wind is. Try to get some of that filled in while it's dry, and move the dirt around while it's somewhat soft yet too, so it's not real hard pack. And then I'll probably go down the driveway a little bit. I'll take you along with it, but I got to go down and get the loader all unhooked from the trailer. I got it just chained onto the trailer, but get that done and we'll see where we go. Hi guys, you know what I do. I like to start stuff and then think about the recording after the fact. So I did this whole upper area and didn't even record any of it, so apologize for that. But so yeah, we got this up here by the house here, kind of our parking area. Kind of leveled back off. I mean, it's going to be work this summer that we're going to work on and stuff, but just to kind of get it so it dries out. It's actually pretty dry. Where the loader's sitting, it's soft, and there's a hole right there that needs to be filled in and raised up so it drains. This got really soft, and you can kind of see how it goes from like here over, goes up, and there's just a well there that I want to try to get that cleaned out. So I'm going to do some work down the driveway here, and I'm going to get some of this graded up, but I'll see how I can record this for you guys. Okay, as you guys can see, the wind is picking up, and it's making it difficult for me trying to film with my tripod. It keeps knocking it over even though I dropped it down. But working on this, and I'll maybe take some footage when I'm driving back up when I don't need both hands. But I'm going to try to get this all graded off here and cleaned up, and there's let me take a walk down. It's some of this is kind of soft yet, which is really nice to try to grade it now. We'll pack it down more as we drive it, but you can see, let me just walk a little farther. There's really bad spot, kind of right once you get across that ridge line and go down the other side is real soft. So I won't mess with that because that's just going to make a mud pit if I do. But I'm going to try to grade all this here down, try to level all this off, get a crown back on it, and I'll go down to about where the crest is there. I don't think I'll go down any farther because you can see down farther it's kind of light. That's all water. It's wet. So, but I want to get this graded off since this is fairly decent. But I'll do some footage when I come back up the driveway since it's not cooperating with the wind. Well, I think I got done with the road as best I could. You know, it's wet, and so I didn't do any. And of course I didn't film. I was having some issues with my loader, so I didn't film anything on the way up. But I took a break from that after I worked on the loader, I should say, for I don't know, a couple hours trying to find. I got a hydraulic leak somewhere, and I think it's in the undercarriage somewhere that I got to pull down the bottom belly, but I got to get it up off the ground and find a place that's fairly dry that I can actually get down on the ground without getting soaking wet. So I took a break from that, and you guessed it, more firewood. I cut up those birch trees that were over there, brought them up already. Got this down a little over third to half full. But I'll just keep plugging on it. That's all I'm going to do is just keep adding to this until the wagon is full. And then hopefully by then the snow will be melted. The road down to the shed will be opened up or dried up. Because you can see it's still standing water, puddles. Well, yeah, you can see it over there too. A lot of puddles, a lot of water, a lot of snow melting. And of course got a bigger brush pile with another pile of little pond of water sitting there. There's snow on the other side of that brush pile is where I plowed. There's a big bank of snow there that from the plow that's melting off, and that's what's melting here. But it is what it is. But I'm making another dent in it, and I'll do some more tomorrow and see if it dries up. I might work on the loader a little bit. I'd like to get that done because I don't want to put any hydraulic fluid in it until I figure out where it's leaking, because it's just wasting money because it's running out when I'm running it somewhere. So I got to find that, fix that. I don't know if it's a hose or just a loose fitting somewhere. But we will, the sun's coming right between the trees. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm standing behind a tree and you can see it on my face where the tree is. But I think that's going to be it for today. I'm going to go in and get some dinner and just relax for the evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. So I thought this was interesting. Let's see if I can zoom in. That chunk of ice right there, that was actually the original size of the pond. That was, well, I should say towards the bottom. That was sitting on the way down on the very bottom of the pond. When the first melt, and it must have just broke loose and came to the surface today. It's been down underneath for a while, so that gives you an idea of how big the pond was to how big it is now. So I mean, that's pretty nice to see. I like it. I'm loving it. But I thought I'd share that with you because it popped up and just noticed it, so I thought I gotta share this. Good morning. It's another day out here and we are working on firewood. It's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit out, but I've already kind of started a little bit, got some done. You can see it's a little bit more, but I got some split here on the ground. I got some there. And I'm going to continue working on this till I run out of batteries, and then I'll probably go get something to eat for breakfast. Because it is probably about, I don't know, about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. But I'm just going to keep plugging away today at this since the weather's nice. They're talking rain the next couple days or a chance of rain. So I figured, well, I might as well get as much of this done as I can while the weather's dry, and just get a jump start on it. I mean, that's kind of what my intent is if I can get while it's still cool out, and this next month, get some of this wood done so that we're done, got it in the shed and drying for the year. And then I can do stuff like working on, this is what we call our loop road. This goes back from the shed around to the driveway, which we haven't finished yet. And that's just more of a project that we can do that doesn't cost us anything other than some fuel and time, with the loader to kind of grade everything and do everything. It's not something that we'll use year round. It's more like when the weather's nice. Our hope is to kind of put like where these trees are actually. We had made a spot for friends of ours. We have a couple friends that have campers. So I said, well, what we're going to do is we're just going to make a couple camping spots here. And you can see, if you look, I mean, other than looking at our ugly old outhouse and the storage container, they got some privacy from the house. They're close to the house where it's easy to walk up to. You can see the house on the other side of the trees. But and then if they want to walk down to the pond, there's a path there. It's just kind of an area for friends that come up with campers and stuff, for people that want to tent. We're going to make a few more spots along the road and just kind of make this for friends and family when they want to come up and camp and just spend a weekend or whatever, that they have their own kind of private space where they can be to themselves. So that's kind of the plan for this. And then also just to be able to, if we have to bring in, materials and stuff like that, that we can get around and just kind of get everything built up. So that's our plan, at least. But yeah, so I'm going to get to it. I'm not going to film as much, like I said. You guys have seen this. It's nothing but me cutting and splitting. So I'm not going to just be repetitive and keep doing the same stuff. But I'll keep you posted as we go. I don't know if we're going to do anything else today or this weekend. It might just be a firewood weekend, and just getting things cleaned up for spring. But we'll keep you posted as we go along. Well, I thought I'd give another update before I go in. I'm going to go get some breakfast. It's about 11 o'clock. I haven't eaten yet. But got the whole front half of the trailer almost completely full, stacked here so they don't fall off in the back. But I could put the tailgate up, I suppose, too. I didn't think about that. That'd just make too much sense. But then I'm throwing over the whole time. But yeah, so I'm going to go get some breakfast and then charge my batteries up, and I'll be back out to do more. Hey guys, well, I thought I'd share. Took a break and while waiting for batteries to charge, and put this temporary window in. I mean, it's probably, I don't know, not quite, 2 feet. It's almost twice that wide, the window we're putting in. And it'd be about another 8 inches taller than that, 6-8 inches taller. But yeah, so we put that in temporarily, so that's actually a crank out window, so we can actually open that up and get some light in the new bedroom. But yeah, so that'll help get some natural light in there. And then kind of where this mess is here, I wasn't too worried about that, because that's actually going to be a doorway right above. Well, basically right above that panel, there's going to be an exterior door right there. That's going to be the light for that area. But yeah, so got that done. But I'll take you inside here and kind of show you what it looks like from the view from up there. Okay, here's the view from inside. You can see how much wider, I shouldn't say twice as much, another foot wider roughly, and then about 6 inches taller. But yeah, that's going to be the view. Working at a wonderful brush pile, but not a bad view. We'll see the back side of the garage from here, but it is what it is. So I'm not overly worried about that part of it. But yeah, so anxious to have some nice daylight in here at least. Well, I got more done. I still got a pile of brush here to move, but there's some nice logs on the other side to cut. I got this bigger one here done, but it's got to be unburied. But I'm going to work on the ones back there, but I am out of batteries. My batteries are all used up. So that's the third round. But trailers, well, about 2/3 full. So I got tomorrow, I got one more full day tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow, if the weather holds out, I can get the rest of this filled up and have a full trailer to unload into the woodshed. That'll be nice. But that's going to be it for today. So I'm not going to get much more done tonight, I don't think. I think I'm going to go in, eat some dinner, and relax for the evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Another day, guys. Got a full day since I took the day off from work, and that's where I am, working on wood. But I'm over halfway, probably 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the way full. So I might get the trailer full today, but I'm guessing probably not. It's a lot warmer today. It's almost too warm for long sleeves. And I think it's 61 degrees out. And I'm sweating. Batteries are getting hot quicker. That's why these batteries work better when they're, right around freezing, because it's like once they warm up, they just don't have the capacity to demand what the motor on the chainsaw does. So they just start dying real quick. So I maybe get, on this, let me show you the diameter of the log. My trip hazard. So this thing here is probably about 6 inches in diameter, or I should say so I get maybe 2 cuts out of a battery before the battery overheats and shuts down the saw. And I'm not really putting a lot of force on it. I'm just rocking it just to keep it chewing and keep it from moving. This one, I think, was something that we dropped last year, so it's a little damper than some of the other stuff I've been cutting. Like that one down there, that was dropped probably this summer, year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And so that one's a lot drier. It cuts through. When they're damper like this and they got some sap in them, the saw just has a tougher time cutting through them because it just punks up on the end. You can kind of see how it's kind of coarse. It's just a soft wood, and then when it's soft and damper wood, you get these little, it's kind of hard to see it in the camera, I think, but you get these little fuzzies that just don't want to cut. And that's one of the downsides of cutting this wood. Plus, it's not it's more solid wood, it's softer, so it doesn't burn as long. It's a quicker burning wood. It's a dirtier wood to burn. We got to clean more of our wood stove more because we're burning this. But that's why we clean the chimney on the house, which is, well, there's the back side of the dish, and the house is out right there. But we clean the chimney early spring, like around this time of year. I'll be cleaning it again. I've already cleaned it once a couple months ago when we had a warm spell. I cleaned it because I would get up on the roof, there's no snow. So it's usually in the spring I clean it. As soon as I can get on the roof, as soon as the snow melts off the roof, I try to clean it 2 times, sometimes 3 times during the winter. I'll clean the chimney just to keep it clean, and it really never is dirty. Most of our buildup from burning this wood that we burn happens on the front of our catalyst for our wood stove, and that we have to clean on a regular basis a lot more, which saves our chimney from being as dirty, and it burns a lot cleaner too, because it keeps all that soot and extra stuff in the wood stove and not as much up into the chimney. So what goes in the chimney, most of that is due to what we're burning while we're heating the stove up and getting the stove up to temperature that the catalyst can start working. But I've gone through a cycle of batteries, so I'm going to go up and get these batteries charged up and see if I can get one more round out of them today. And that'll probably be it today. I'm not feeling a lot of energy today. I spent a lot of time out yesterday just doing odds and ends stuff, and same with today. This morning, I didn't get anything done this morning. So it's probably around, 1:30, maybe 1:30ish. But I don't know. I'm going to try to get one more charge out of the batteries before I'm going to stop for the day. And then we'll see what else we get working on today, if anything. So, and then, like I said, as always, we'll keep you with us and try to remember to record this time. Hi guys, I think that's going to be it for this week's video. Didn't do a lot. more firewood, but that's going to be kind of the theme of things here, and we'll just kind of squeeze in other projects in between each week. Small things, I think. I'm trying to think of once we get done with firewood, or no, actually the next thing we'll probably be working on is, depending on where we're at money-wise, I'll probably start working on finishing the mud and tape in the pantry. And I got some outdoor stuff I got to get cleaned up, so. But we're going to focus on firewood, but then in between when the batteries are charging, we'll get some small projects done and we'll tag you along with. So thanks for watching, and if you don't haven't already, please subscribe, share, and like our channel and help us grow this. And hopefully someday we'll get to a point where we can actually get something coming in to help our projects and have some more exciting stuff to do for you. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.